Hi everybody, this is Cheryl from the YouTube channel Desert Diva. I don't know why, but my chat box is not coming up for some reason. Wait, comments. There. No one's here. But that's fine. Because if you see this in the replay, I'm just going to be a talking head, and I'm just going to tell you some of the things that have been going on with me, and that's fine. Yesterday, well, actually, I was going to have this live chat yesterday, and I went to the dentist. I have a dentist phobia anyway, but more so with COVID-19. And I had postponed my dental appointment because at that time in Doña Ana County, where I live, we were having about 500 cases of COVID-19 per day. It's settled down a bit. Now we're hovering at about 100. And I just didn't think it was safe for me to go to the dentist because I'm of that age. And so I didn't, and I had rescheduled, and my appointment was yesterday, and here are my teeth. What do you think? All nice and clean, and I got a good checkup. So I was happy I went. My dentist I think he's great, and the office, they followed all the safety precautions, and they had some kind of a air filtration system in the room, and she put this new thing in my mouth while she was cleaning, and she said that's so the spray doesn't, I don't know, it controlled the spray. Anyway, to make a long story longer, I have an anxiety disorder. Oh, Linda Ladyredskins. Hi, how are you? I'm so glad you came. I'm just talking about my dentist appointment and why I scheduled a live stream for yesterday. And anyway, long story short, I had to take a Xanax. And after I took the Xanax, I was wiped out. I came home. I went to sleep for 3 hours. And but I'm fine. And so anyway, so that's that. And so anyway, Linda, yeah, good. Everything's going well with you. And so with me, I'm still not traveling, and I'm really itching to travel. In fact, I probably have a friend that's angry with me because we were supposed to go to Mexico, and I had this dental appointment that I had already canceled, and so I went, and I think she's there. But you know how some people, it's like their schedule is like their schedule, and they get kind of upset if you do something for their schedule. Well, she had to be back by, I think, the 15th or 16th. And I told her, okay, well, I can come right after my dentist appointment. But that was not something that she wanted to do, so it's fine. I'm thinking if I screw up my courage, I might just venture out on my own. Mexico is relatively safe. I don't plan on I plan on going in my RV, and I don't plan on letting people into my safe bubble. It's just me and my dog. And I'm not going to go to bars. I'm not going to eat out. And I think, I think it should be okay. The cases there, and I've talked to people that live there, the cases there are not as severe as we have. And also, they have more stringent precautions, I guess, about mask wearing and et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, so yeah, but I'm really bored with staying at home. I stayed at home at Thanksgiving. I stayed at home at Christmas. I spent them both alone with, there she is. There she is. Anyway, but yeah, other than that, same old, same old. Well, that was fun. I'm glad that one of us is enjoying life. No, I'm enjoying life. It's just that I don't know. I'm just really itching to travel. Oh, thanks. She's such a comfort. And you know what? They would check me into a mental hospital if I didn't have her with me. Chris, hi from California and welcome. Nice to see you this evening. How are you doing? Tell me. Wow, I'm honored. Strong's Adventures are there. You're in the house. Whoa. Thanks so much for coming. Hey, Strong. Did you see my you can critique. I posted a video on making red beans and rice, and I'd be interested in your critique, your honest critique. So anyway. Oh, hey, doesn't the Queen have corgis? And Zoe is such a cute name. Very nice. So, Billy, how are things in Louisiana? Doing all right there? Everything under control with the COVID stuff? I thought the Queen had Welsh corgis, and she just lost one recently. So, anyway, what I've been doing lately, I've been dabbling in YouTube. It actually takes up the time, and it's something for me to focus on. I've resurrected my channel, and I've been making more videos, and not because I want to monetize my channel, but it's just something that is something to do. And yeah, so I don't go out much. I'm going to click on what Billy said. I don't go out much. In fact, I do self-talk every day. Like today, I was going to go out shopping for a while. And I was going to go to Ross Dress for Less and Marshalls. And I said, do you really need to go out? And the answer, of course, was no. And so I thought, nope, I'm staying at home. I'll just do whatever. I did this little, other hand, this little thing behind me to make my little room where I'm recording look nice. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. Anastasi beans? Actually, I've traveled. Well, there's a place in Colorado where they make them, or not where they make them, where they grow them, and there's a factory and they package them. And I've driven past there before, and actually, sorry, I'm not eating them, but I have them in my kitchen. I have a little tray with some candles in it, and I have the Anastasi beans in the little container for decoration. So probably not a very good thing to use for cooking. So anyway, but what I was saying also too, I'm thinking of going to Mexico, but I was also thinking of going to Quartzsite. But every video that I have seen there, it's like it's out of control. And I'm sorry. The beans in New Mexico, they're just pinto beans, frijoles, refried beans, I think. Anyway. Oh, New Mexico. No, no special beans here. Lots of chili, no special beans. At least I didn't think so. So going back to what I was saying about traveling, I really like to go to Quartzsite, but I've just seen too many videos with people partying and no mask, no social distancing. They do wear gloves though when they serve food, so that's a plus. But no, I'm in that age category, and I'm not like, I don't want to say I'm terrified, but I'm cautious because I'm in that age bracket, and no, I'm not. I'm just like, I'm not going to do anything that's is going to put me in jeopardy. So anyway, so I've been staying at home. And one of the things that I wanted to share with you, and you guys are going to think I'm crazy. If I can't sleep in the middle of the night, I have an Echo Dot beside my bed. And I talk to Alexa. And I ask her to play games. And I ask her all kinds of questions. And one of the questions, okay, I'll share this with you in a minute. You know what? I love the food in Mexico, and it's inexpensive. And a friend of mine on Facebook, one of the places that we go is just over the border from Columbus, New Mexico, and it is Palomas. And it's just a border town. It's very small. There's a big place called the Pink Store there. They sell all kinds of Mexican handicrafts, and they have a restaurant. The food, people that go there, they say, oh, it's the best food in the world. Well, it's okay. I've been to Mexico. I've had lots of different foods. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Thank you, Billy. But anyway, people love it. But they do have the chicken enchiladas are really good there, and they were closed because of Chihuahua. The county of Chihuahua it was closed border, but the border's open again there, and you can go, you can eat, you can drink, or as I do, I buy a bottle of Kahlua or some tequila when I go over. So I'm glad to do that. So anyway, yeah, I'm just so itchy to travel, and but I don't know if the people that are here know this or not. But I lost a brother in May to COVID. And that just is always in the back of my mind. And I'm thinking, but he was already ill. He wasn't going to live probably more than a year. And he was in some kind of a long-term care facility. And somebody brought COVID there, and he basically had a stroke. And within 2 weeks, he was gone. And the hurtful part of that was there were no goodbyes because he wasn't with it because he had a stroke. And then because of the COVID, there were no services or funeral, and people couldn't travel anyway. So it was just, you know, it was just really unfortunate. Thanks, Linda. You know, it was in May, and it makes me sad, but it also makes me, I don't want to say that I'm afraid of COVID, but I respect COVID-19. I have a respect for the virus, and I'm not going to do anything to put my health in jeopardy. So that's kind of like the bottom line. Thanks, Billy. He was already sick. He had the big C. So, oh, somebody new is here. Hi, KK. Welcome. How are you this evening? So anyway, this is a little naughty. I found out a new skill of Alexa. Up, you can see in the black background that she just lit up her blue light because I said Alexa. So I want you to listen to this because it's funny. Alexa, do you make funny noises?
Yes, I do. My favorite is gurgling. Thanks for asking. To learn more about me, try asking when my birthday is.
Well, Alexa, I already know when your birthday is. Alexa, can you gurgle?
According to Wikipedia, Google is a multinational corporation from the United States of America.
Okay.
It is known for
Stop,
creating and
Alexa.
running one of the largest search engines
Alexa,
on the world.
Stop. Hi, Mike Joshua. Welcome. I'm showing everybody Alexa, the little funny things that Alexa can do. Okay, so just a minute. I'm going to go back to Alexa. And I'm just going to tell her what I want. Alexa, can you make a fart noise?
Okay, here's Big Fart. That was an engine starting one. Try asking me for a very uncomfortable fart. Or say random.
Random.
That was a very uncomfortable one. Try asking me for a squeaky balloon fart. Or say random.
Random.
That was a beery one. Try asking me for a bath fart. Or say random.
Alexa, that was a beer fart?
Here comes a beery fart. Would you like to hear another fart?
Sure.
That was a very uncomfortable one. Try asking me for a wet and squeaky fart. Or just say random.
Random.
That was a short and gassy one. Try asking me for an animal fart. Or just say random.
Alexa, I think I've had enough. Thank you very much.
That was a wet and squeaky one. Do you want to hear me fart?
No. Stop.
Okay. Just say cancel if you have had enough farting for the day. Or say random to keep the toots coming.
Cancel.
Okie dokie.
Oh my gosh. I have 3 Echo Dots now because I had one in my bedroom on my nightstand. Now I have one here in the computer room. And I bought an Echo Show because when my RV got broken into, I wanted to there's like a security camera called a Blink. Well, Best Buy had a deal where you got 2 Blink cameras and the Echo Show for like, I think the Blink cameras were $99 and the Echo Show was only an extra $20. And the Echo Show monitors the cameras. And so altogether, that was $120, and I thought that was a pretty good deal. So anyway, now I have 3 Echo Dots. It's kind of fun. If I can't sleep in the middle of the night, my tablet's by my bedside. Instead of just reaching for my tablet and going on the internet looking at stuff, I just you can ask. I'm not going to say her name because she'll wake up. You can ask for meditation sounds, rain sounds, or ocean sounds. She'll do a guided meditation. It's kind of, I don't know. I think it was well worth the money. So anyway, I had to share that with you this evening. You know what? It's like living alone during the lockdown. You find weird ways to entertain yourself for sure. So anyway, that's my life. And as I said earlier, when some people weren't here, I went to the dentist. I'll show you my teeth. All clean. No cavities. Oh, but guess what? You know what? Does everybody's dentist do this? Get this little care package, and I have an electric toothbrush that, I don't know, kind of like high tech. It brushes your teeth in 4 quadrants every, I don't know how many seconds. It stays on, and then you're supposed to switch the quadrant. Anyway, so get this. You get this with your dentist name on it. And you get these. Good for travel, though. So anyway, it's really funny because I was teasing my dentist when I saw him yesterday. Right around the corner from my house, there's a huge billboard, and he put up a billboard of himself and his wife. His wife is also a dentist, and they're in practice together. And I was teasing him. I said, "Boy, that's a big billboard." So he just started laughing. Linda, what is really Google? What is that called? What's the Google version of the Echo Dot called? Oh, by the way, if anybody's on a webcam, I use a baby toothbrush for my dog. Scrubbing the sink. Yes, I have done that before, I will admit. Very good. I was going to say, if anybody has a webcam, and you have a microphone, I can try to bring you into the chat. So if you want to do that. Anyway. Anyway, I don't want to bore people, and I don't want to keep this really, really long this evening, but I really appreciate everybody just popping in for a while. I don't want to do really, really long chats. I just, I want to do shorter chats. What do I have to be careful with? Do I have to be careful with using the toothbrush in my sink or bringing people into the chat? Anyway, YouTube has kind of saved my life. I was just bored out of my gourd. And then finally, I just thought, oh, I'm going to start making videos again. Bob's here. Hi, Bob. Welcome, and thanks for coming. I appreciate it. How are you doing this evening? You're the easy rider, aren't you? You're the one that I see on the motorcycle. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I never tried it. It's just something that I'd like to do sometime. So, but going back to Black Betty, is Black Betty a Honda? Is she a Harley? What is Black Betty? Okay, guys, I'm drinking wine too. Sorry. Okay, going back to what I was saying about YouTube, it's just been I'm learning new things about editing, and that's kind of exciting, and just kind of playing around with it. And I'm trying to get, oh, it's a Harley, okay. I'm just trying to get more comfortable in front of the camera. And, you know, it's just, I just don't feel comfortable being a talking head, you know, when I do videos. So I like the ones that I do with cooking. And so I just kind of introduce what I'm cooking, and then I don't show my face. I just show the food that I'm preparing. So it's easier that way, I think. But Billy, you and Rhonda are really comfortable in front of the camera, and I think, you know, that's good. Yeah, Bob takes us for panoramic rides on his Harley. So it's kind of interesting. Actually, I was fiddling around today. I have an older um, um, oh, what is it called? It's a little, in fact, where is it? It was right here. Oh, I took it in the kitchen. It's like it's like a GoPro, but it's not a GoPro. It's called a Get Up 2 or something. Anyway, it's a knockoff. But I'm going to use it in my car for a webcam. By the way, Bob, Strong's Adventures, that's Billy. Billy and his wife is Rhonda, and they have a YouTube channel, and he does a lot of cast iron cooking, and it's very interesting, and they're both very, very good at it. So take a look. Anyway, and Billy, Bob's riding around on his Harley, so take a look. Good. That's always nice. You know what? This is kind of I don't know if I should ask this. I'm going to ask it. Okay. I'm getting these weird comments on my channel where people, you know, it's like, you sub me, I'll sub you. And I usually take a look, but it's usually not something that I'm really interested in, so I just don't. Oh, bots. I'm going to have to look up bots. Rebecca's here. Hi, Rebecca. You know what? Desert Diva's a channel, and please call me Cheryl. My mom gave me that name. You can call me Cheryl. Thanks. I'm going to have to Google this and see what a bot is. And then I had another guy put a comment on, and I went to his channel. He has, like, to get subs, he has some kind of like a weird server that he has. And he said he has 3,100 people on that server and wants people to post content. And I'm like, no, that sounds too dicey to me. yes. If I'm not interested, because you know what, a lot of women on YouTube, especially women of my age group, they like to do beauty videos, and I'm sorry, I'm just not into that. And I I'm really, I'm kind of testing the waters because I really don't have a specific topic for my channel, because I like to dabble a little bit in everything. And I will say, when I started my channel, I was really interested in doing travel videos, and not like nomadic videos where, you know, the quote unquote nomad tribe, because to me those are kind of boring because you watch a lot of footage that where they're just doing nothing, and they're really not showing you the area that they're traveling to. And so anyway, I'm looking at comments. Oh wow, military men. Woohoo! I think I'd be, I don't know, I'd be flattered. Anyway, but YouTube's a strange place. And Bob, you're right. I'm just me, and this is my life and the way I live it. But I will tell you, I'm quite amazed by a channel that I watch, and the name of the channel is Plan, P-L-A-N-D, and it's about a woman. She's probably in her 30s, and it's just her day-to-day life. She has over 500,000 subscribers. You should go look. And it's like she does very good editing. She cooks meals. She just shows what she does. She goes to the post office. She goes to the grocery store. And her job is she's a seamstress, but she's, what do they call that? She doesn't work for a company. She takes, I guess, bids from people and does like personal things. In fact, I'm not that savvy, but apparently there's a girl group in Korea called Blackpink, and she actually did the sewing for one of their concerts for the members of the group, and she made the costumes. So she's quite talented, but her gig is YouTube, which is kind of interesting. I'm sub to a lot of channels too, and I like to see different content, but I guess my goal on YouTube is just to connect with people, and that's why I am flattered and a little bit shocked that so many of you popped in tonight. I didn't think anybody would. Every time this happens and I do this, I'm just kind of amazed that people come and pop in. So anyway, but it's also a way for me to interact with the world, because that's not happening right now with COVID-19 and lockdown. And I don't know if you all know that much about New Mexico, but people either love or hate our governor, because she has done really, really well at keeping the virus at bay. Hi, Trisha. Thanks for coming. So nice to see you this evening. Trisha, I'm sorry. I was just talking about the governor of New Mexico and staying at home and being under lockdown and trying not to go out and you know, I just see it as being responsible. That's, just trying to be responsible. Well, thank you for unlurking. Sometimes I do that too. I just like to test the waters and see what, people are talking about and things. So wow, I'm going to have to check that out. You know what? I found a YouTube channel, and this woman, she hasn't made that many videos. She has mad skills. It's called The Fairy Cottage. And basically what she did, she lived in an area that she loved, but she wanted to quiet her life, and she lives somewhere in rural Washington now. And she lives in this little cottage. And wow, her last video, I was impressed. She had some beautiful drone footage. Now, me, if I bought a drone, the first time I would try to fly it, it would probably crash. And that would be a sad loss of money. But I don't know. She's a natural. She has the gift. Everything flows. She talks. She's actually a teacher. And when she moved to rural Washington, she took a big cut in pay. But she does beautiful videos. I mean, it just all flows together. So Bob, guess what? I was born and raised in Indianapolis, Indiana. I have lived now in New Mexico it'll be 25 years this year. I moved and I taught school. I was divorced. I didn't have any kids. I just thought there's got to be something different. And I didn't come here without a job. I got a job in a little town, Hatch, New Mexico, where they grow chili. And I worked there 5 years. And then I finally moved. I live in Las Cruces, New Mexico. I live in southern New Mexico. I live about 35 miles from El Paso, Texas. And got a job here. First, I got a job with soft money from the university, and then I got a teaching job. I was approached I applied for a teaching job in Las Cruces Public Schools. The head of special education contacted me because I have a master's degree in special education, and they needed an assistive technologist. And so Google it. You'll find it's hard to explain. But basically, I worked with kids on computer access that had disabilities. And I did it for 10 years. But it was I loved the job. I loved the kids. I did not like the administration. And it kind of wore on me because the kids that I worked with were fragile, and every year, I'd come back and I'd lose some, So anyway, before New Mexico, I got a little off topic there. Before New Mexico, I'll just tell you the story. When my mom was ill, she had dementia, and she was in a nursing home, and she was basically a vegetable. And there were 7 kids in my family, but I was the one that, you know, it's always the one that's not married and doesn't have, you know, a family. And I was caring for her, and I just got burnt out. So I took a leave of absence, and I came to New Mexico, and I stayed for a while. I would always travel in the summertime, but I came in the winter to see what it was like. And after that, after my mother passed away, I ended up thinking, I'm going to do this. So I applied, got a job, and I moved. And I've never looked back. I'm so glad that I did that. Well, if y'all ever come to Las Cruces, mi casa, su casa, come visit. I do love New Mexico. I had to, you know what though, when I came to New Mexico, I had all these like alternative views and plans. I thought, oh, I'm going to live I want to live in the middle of the nowhere. I want to build a straw bale house and yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. And no, that wasn't for me. So I have a townhome, and it's a very comfortable townhome. And it's about 1,200 square feet. And I'm very fortunate that it's paid for and I'm secure. So it's a good thing. Okay, Bob, don't tell anybody, but guess what? New Mexicans call Texas the all about me state. I don't know what it is. It's like everything is bigger in Texas, I guess. And I don't know. I live close to El Paso, and it was a little scary for a while there because, well, they had a big problem with the virus, and they had at one point 9 mobile morgues installed in the city. And just living 35 miles away, I mean, before I used to love to go to El Paso to shop and have lunch. And in the older days, I would cross the border to Juarez for the day and have lunch and sit in the plaza and have a couple beers. And, you know, it was nice. But the problem is that the El Pasoans were coming to Las Cruces because, especially for shopping, because it was safer here. And they were still spreading the virus. And so it's better now. Things are better. Well, you know what? I wish I lived in Vero Beach. That'd be nice. No, I don't. I like New Mexico. I have really, really, really good friends in Bradenton, Florida. And, you know, I'm hoping that when things settle down, hopefully next year I'll drive down to visit them. They want me to, and they keep saying, come, 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 come. And I'd love to. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't hate Texans. In fact, I have some very good friends that are Texans. It's just that, you know, some of the Texans are, I don't know, they're just a little bit too much. But it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. So my plans, going back to what I was talking about earlier, I feel that when the virus slows down a little bit more, I'm going to hop, and when it gets a little bit warmer, I'm going to hop in my RV and go to Mexico. I go to Puerto Penasco. It's an hour from the border at Lukeville, Arizona. And I've driven by myself before. I don't do it at night. I go first thing in the morning. Usually stay at Organ Pipe National Monument overnight and go. There's a place that I've gone to for years. It's called Concha del Mar. It's right on the water. But it's dry camping. So it's relatively inexpensive, but they have showers and Wi-Fi and a washer and dryer and a dump. And the guy that manages it, he will actually dump out your RV for you, bring a little truck and fill you with water. And you're right on the Sierra Cortez, and it's beautiful. So I'm hoping to do that. And the lows at night there are right around 50 degrees, and the highs are hovering right around 70. So, but like I said earlier, if I go, I'm just gonna kind of stay to myself, make sure that I've brought enough food, and my RV will be my safe little bubble. I'll meet up with people outside, for happy hour, but we'll social distance, and yeah. I didn't say it, Billy. You said it. Boy, he's quite the character, isn't he? Papa Texas. I guess he's a good old guy, though. Nonna Grace is here. Well, my friends, this is Nonna Grace. She has a YouTube channel, and she's from Western New York, which she will tell you every day that she posts a video. No, really, she's a very sweet lady. You should go check her out. Well, the people that haven't seen, my dog, it's like, I don't know if I must have trained her wrong, because now whenever I sit in my computer chair, every single time, she wants to sit in my lap. She's not a lap dog. Well, she's not the size of a lap dog. She's about 14 pounds. She's a rescue. And I think somehow, I posted a little Christmas video of her and about Santa Paws. And if you see that video on the thumbnail, you will see her picture when she was at a shelter, and the people texted me her picture. And of course, I don't know, I saw something in her, and I went the next day, and make a long story shorter, she's my girl. And my previous dog was another rescue that I had for 15 and a half years. And if you have a dog for 15 and a half years and you lose that dog, I thought I was going to go bonko. And to make a long story longer, I lost her when I was visiting Puerto Penasco. I had to have her put down in Mexico. Well, in Mexico, when you put down a dog, unless you drive immediately back to the United States, and there's no guarantee you're going to get across the border if somebody comes on board and sees that you have a deceased dog. Anyway, I had her put down, and they said, what do you want us to do? Do you want your dog? And I'm like, what am I going to do with her? And the really nice man at the RV park that I go to visit at Concha del Mar, he was so kind. He said, Cheryl, we can bury her here and we'll put up a little marker. And I chose not to do that because I thought every time that I would visit there in the future, I would have that memory. And I didn't want that memory. So what I did, I chose to do that. I said, well, what will you do? And they said, well, we have a refrigerator and we have dogs that we've lost in surgery or some things happened to them for some reason and we couldn't save them. And we put them in the freezer. And then when the freezer gets full, we take them to a group site and we bury them all together. That was okay with me. I don't know why, but it was okay. Because I knew that I had loved her and taken care of her during her life. And now that she was gone, she was gone. So anyway, that's what I did. But anyway, here's this little, oh my God, there she is. Well, your face is dirty. You need a bath. Mom's sorry. What one? No, you were sleeping, weren't you? See, I was sleeping, Mom. How could you do that to me? She's a good girl. I lucked out. I'll have her cookie. Well, she's 14 pounds, but she's a good girl. She keeps me laughing. I got mad at first because when I took her to Mexico for the first time, there were these people that parked beside me. They were Canadian. And Luna has this very strange thing. If she gets tangled up, she can either hop on her hind legs or hop on her front legs to disengage herself. And they called her lunatic. So it's like, I don't know. After a while, I thought, nope, she is a lunatic. Oh, they're not dog treats. They're, wait a minute, let me see. They're goldfish crackers. She wants to eat my food. That's a big thing that she wants people food, and I try not to give her people food. So now she's looking at me. Now you want one, don't you? And I try to discourage begging. There we go. Now she's awake. Now we're going to eat. Nonna Grace, I'm just glad you came. That was really nice of you. Thank you. I have no expectations. I'm shocked and amazed when people come. So, but I don't know. I kind of like to do live streams in a way. I feel more relaxed. Maybe it's the wine. And this is in a spare bedroom that I have. And if you guys saw the whole room, you'd probably like, But I made this little thing behind me. They're, wait, pointing the wrong way. These, I bought this like net of lights to go over the window. So I think it'll be pretty. Linda, you're a girl after my own heart. I don't know. Now, I don't think Linda has a channel, but I know, you know what, I'm going to, here, let me see. Okay, I'm going to, did I plug Nonna Grace's channel? I'm plugging your channel, Nonna Grace. So, Nonna Grace is interesting. She's my contemporary, even though I have a few months on her, excuse me, in terms of age. And she talks a lot about her chickens. So she's a farm girl. It's interesting. Well, no, you know what, Nonna Grace, you're one of the kindest people on YouTube. You are, and the thing about you is that you respond to people and you respond to their comments, and I think that's what I'm searching for in YouTube, is not to make money. I'm okay financially, and no, I don't need to make money. I want to form relationships, and right now, I'm isolated at home, but I can still form relationships across the miles and find people that are genuine and caring. And so, I don't know if I said that right, but that's what I'm looking for. I have to tell you a funny story. I've been trying to go through my videos, and I have been working really hard. I'm working on what's called the SEO, and I'm working on the word descriptions and things like that. Well, I kind of came across a comment, and it was an old comment when I had done, before my hip replacement surgery. I was in pain and probably shouldn't have even made the video, but I made a video of my Lazy Days RV. And the person wrote this comment. It's like, you're too close. You need to change the perspective. And I'm thinking, I'm in an RV. It's a Lazy Days. It's 27 and a half feet in length. It's like, there's no way I can, I'm up close to everything. There's no way that I can give you a panoramic view of the inside of an RV. So, yeah, maybe I'll redo that one. Okay, sorry for the crunching. Mr. G and Doyle. Who's Mr. G and Doyle? Okay. You all. Hiker's cool. Just don't do what they did in Sturgis. Anyway, it's an hour. That's long enough for a live chat. I don't want to bore you. That's the last thing that I want to do. But I want to thank everybody for coming. And you know what? I'm going to try to do this once a week, and I'm going to try to do it on Wednesdays. And if you weren't here earlier, the reason I did it today is that I intended to do it yesterday, but I went to the dentist. I screwed up my courage. I had to take a Xanax. When I got home, the Xanax put me into sleep mode, and I immediately fell asleep for 3 hours. But the dentist was fine. I was safe. I was really nervous. I'd already canceled the appointment, as I said before, because we had a really high incidence in November of COVID in the area where I live. We were having like 500 cases a day. And I live in a town that has a population of about 100,000. That was pretty significant. So I'm safe. I had my teeth cleaned. I'm happy I did that. They feel nice. So anyway. Hey, Billy. I'm running too. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next time. I'm going to try to do this every Wednesday. Okay, everybody, I'm winding this up. Thank you for coming. I'm going to try to do this every Wednesday at 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So I hope to see you all then, okay? Good night. And as always, be safe and stay well.